probably just made it worse. Fuck, how does this happen? Hello everybody, my name is Danny Palumbo, and today I am gonna make orecchiette. It's a nice, chewy, soft pasta. It's got a nice little cup shape to it that holds sauces well. It holds chunky sauces well. It's good in a hot broth. It's good with olive oil and salt. If I had to rank my favorite pastas, I think orecchiette would be number one. Spaghetti. Rigatoni? Pappardelle, and then bucatini. Sorry, penne, but you were what youth pastors eat in church basements. I have never had penne that wasn't like overcooked to complete shit. It's pasta for Jesus freaks, I think. I recommend getting a digital scale. I think it's the only way to really measure something precisely. Flour can change weight, you know, if it's humid outside, and different flours like weigh different amounts. I think the only way to really know exactly what you're measuring is to use a digital scale. 00 flour, all that means is that it's been like sifted. It's just very fine. Actually, the first time I made orecchiette was a Mario Batali recipe. And then as the years went on, I was like, I can't have that be the way that I learned this. You know what I mean? Like, he's a sex offender and possibly a rapist. I can't be like, oh, I learned to make pasta from that guy. You know, so you gotta change the recipe. Caputo, since 1924. Semolina has, you know, it's got a golden color to it. It's very grainy and textured. It's got a higher gluten content, which is good. This is gonna be a little more substantial. It's gonna have really good bounce and chew to it. I just found an almond sitting in my cupboard, and I'm gonna eat it. A little pinch of salt. Then all you wanna do is just incorporate the flour so it's a homogeneous mixture, right? We don't want streaks of semolina and streaks of 00 wheat flour hanging out. Gonna make a little well in the center here. We're just gonna add a little bit of water at a time, a couple tablespoons, and then just slowly start to make a little paste. A little more. I'm actually gonna stand up. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Can I make pasta sitting down? I don't know that I've ever tried. I'm just gonna dump the rest in. We got a nice little pool hanging out there. Be careful not to break the sides or else water will go everywhere. I've done that a bunch. I have made like a little sludge. I can tell it's not gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna start incorporating the rest of it, stirring it around. You can feel it's a little warm too, that's good. If you tried to do this with cold water, you would be fucked. You would not be able to form a nice pliable dough. I like to use this thing. This is called a bench scraper. Start to kind of fold it and chop it up. I'm just trying to incorporate the water and the dough evenly. And at this point, we've got all our nice little pieces of dough. You can kind of just start squeezing it together. We're starting to get a loose ball. And any flour hanging out, you know, it goes right on top. I heard somebody say once that kneading is folding the dough into itself. And so that's what I try to do. I try to take the palm of my hand and just go right down and do that. And then I bring it around and do the same thing. You just need to have a little bit of patience. That's it. I mean, especially with a semolina dough, an eggless dough, it's gonna take 10 minutes. So we're just working the gluten. I'm told, I don't know if that's true. And I believe in science. I have to say that. Whenever you think you're done kneading the dough, add 2 minutes to it. It looks pretty nice. It looks really good and smooth. They always show this. Oh, it looks so fucking good and smooth. I mean, the bottom looks a little craggy, and that's fine. Wrap it in plastic wrap and let it rest. It's important for dough to rest. It relaxes the gluten, I hear. A half hour should be good. So our dough has rested and we're ready to shape our little ears. Gonna take a little sliver of our dough, cut it down the middle, roll it like a snake. Oh, also before I forget, when you take a little piece of this off, this dough right here, just make sure you cover it in plastic wrap again. You don't want it to dry out. This is what I used to do as a kid with my mom. We would make cavatelli pretty much the same way. And we would take little ropes and then I would like feed him through the little pasta machine. It's a nice memory. And then we're gonna cut like little, almost like the way gnocchi would look, you know, like little pillows. Take the little piece of dough, take a knife, squish, and then basically you're kind of ripping the dough a little bit. And take your other fingers and kind of form it around your middle finger. And then you've got this little cup, this little ear. Knife down, squish, scrape. I try to think of these things like if you had to put it on a poster, like what would the method be? And I think what I'm landing on right now is squish and scrape. Gross. And then you can kind of, you know, you get like a little faster at it. I saw something recently too that was like, we live in an age of hot takes and a lot of them are just fucking bad. But one of them was like, fresh pasta isn't worth it. I'm like, what fucking planet are you living on? If you look at my little tray right here, they're not all the same size. Like, it doesn't matter. Pasta, in my opinion, is great when it's a very imperfect thing. Plus, there is just something nice about them being so thick, you know? Like, you really get a nice chew on everything. Like I said, like the way I eat them is kind of like they're dumplings in a sense. Dump this out right here. Put a couple in here. With one of these, I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil. Yes, 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 yes. I'm gonna top it with a little bit of salt. Is there anything better than just olive oil and salt? Jesus Christ. And the pasta is nice and chewy. You can just eat pasta with olive oil and salt. You don't have to make the sauce. You can eat anything if you're willing to wave goodbye to your dignity. See ya. Have fun out there.